In this video, I make a nether portal out of every full block in hardcore Minecraft. It started with blocks that were easy to get like dirt and stone, but the hardest block to get was very unexpected. If you enjoy watching this video, consider liking it. You may even be the first person to like the video. While editing the last video, I stopped and realized, everyone who does 100 days of Minecraft hardcore makes a mansion. And I was homeless. I needed a house. I decided to spruce up this village to make it something that would belong in a hardcore series. I de-treed the 20 million trees Mr. Beast planted next to my village and demolished the village by becoming a Category 5 hurricane. Next, I started making a layout and tried to build every house with different characteristics, though I kind of failed at that. I made the iron farm into a windmill to hide it from the authorities. Despite the obvious cringe of the propellers, I think it looks nice. I also turned the fake house into a lovely barn, which helps cover the sound of people screaming. Oh, there's also a church, but it's the worst thing I've ever made, so please don't look at it. Finally, it was time to flex my skills and build a house. I wanted it to fit the theme of the village, so I used the same blocks. I plan to add to my house throughout the whole series, so that's why I'm sticking to a simpler design right now. And there we go. I'll give you a quick tour. Here's the first room. That's the basement. And this is the upstairs bedroom. Now, I think I should get to the main plot of the video. I'm going to make a nether portal out of every block in the game. I don't count transparent blocks or stairs because stairs are 75% of a block, slabs are half a block, and blocks can't be transparent. Now that I've cleared that up, I currently have 68 of the blocks already, though I was going to need to find the other 172. You know what that means? It's travel montage time! I left as fast as possible knowing I would have to find the mangrove biome first. While I was looking for the mangrove, I ran into this weird green parrot that looked kinda like a Mountain Dew, so I gave them seeds and kidnapped them. They were very cute. I traveled with Dew for a while and had lots of fun adventures, much of which involved Dew having no idea how to land on my shoulder. But one day when I was exploring a ruined portal, they just combusted. I had no idea parrots could do that. Rest in peace, Mountain Dew. You will be missed. After the funeral, I stumbled into a mangrove biome. It was more rooty than I had expected. I took the blocks I needed, excitedly stalked this poor white frog, and headed back home to find the mushroom biome. I had a good feeling that one would not be close to the other. I put away my blocks and spent a few days getting a silk touch pickaxe and watching iron golems burn before I went looking for the biome. With my fixed elytra, I flew across the 2000s. I found new places I had never seen before. I even found 3 axolotls, which messed up my entire plan. I decided to postpone my adventure to get more axolotls. I needed to collect 40 because 40 of you guys subscribed last episode. I can't tell you how grateful I am that you did. Thank you so much. After I got the axolotls packed up, I quickly dropped them off at home. Now there are 90. I left the axolotls and continued to search for the mushroom biome. Days went by and I was starting to lose hope of ever finding it. Then I found it. It ended up being in the 4000s and I only found it because I hadn't realized I was off course. I picked up the block and headed back home. I really hope when I put this on the portal that it doesn't just become dirt. Now, I was only missing a few blocks. The ore blocks, the end blocks, the ocean monument blocks, the nether blocks, the frog lights, and most importantly, the beacon. Okay, that's a lot. By using my biome book, I traveled to the mountain biome and found most of the ore blocks easily. However, my plan to strip mine under the mountain to find deep slate emerald ore was foiled because of the deep dark biome I found. After an hour of attempting to traverse the deep dark, I decided I wasn't going to beat 2 bosses in one video. I traveled back home, spent an hour mining 4 blocks in an ocean monument, went next door to pick up my end blocks, and now it was finally time for the nether blocks. First, I went to smack some sense into these numbskulls. Then I went to gather some netherite. Now there were just 3 blocks left: the beacon, the deep slate emerald, and the frog lights. I needed to defeat the wither in order to get the beacon, so I'll save that for last. First, I traveled to another mountain to get emerald, and luckily I found it within the first 30 minutes. Then I went to get the frog lights. I walked over to a nearby swamp biome, stole some kids from their parents, and took them to different harsh biomes to grow up. The first frog was easy to get, as I just dragged it from the swamp biome. The second frog was similar, except I spent the night in a blizzard till it grew up. But the third frog, oh boy, they were a lot of trouble. I walked 1,000 blocks to make sure it grew up into a white frog. Then I walked it all the way back home. Once home, I took them to the nether to have some snacks. And when I had all the lights, I went back to build the portal. Since the portal has to fit over 200 blocks on it, that means it's going to be a very large portal. So I put it where anyone would put their portal, right next to their iron farm windmill. I spent hours sorting through the blocks and placing them on the portal to make it look as nice as possible. I took the thumbnail picture and decided it was time to defeat the wither. I got my weapons and tools repaired. I watched hours of footage and studied the best strategies. This was the final task that stood between me and posting my YouTube video. I was ready. Well, I beat the wither with a diamond farm stick. I went back home, named the farm stick accordingly, crafted the beacon, and I was finally finished with the every block nether portal. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, then please consider subscribing. Likes are also very cool. I hope you have a good day.